This video is sponsored by Thrive Market. You will hear more about them later on. So, I'm trying to not worry about my videos too much and just film them. You know, you ever thought about just doing things and not worrying about it? But it seems dark, but I'm just gonna not worry about it. We're just gonna not worry about it. Okay, so I've become obsessed with sweet potatoes again. It happens every year, and then I forget about sweet potatoes, and then I remember them again, and I love them so much. Baked sweet potatoes. I'm gonna have one right now for like a brunch, although it's literally like 12:45. I have to demonstrate stainless steel pan, non-stick. I'm not the best at it quite yet, but I am learning. So I'm gonna put this stainless steel pan on the burner, and I'm gonna put it on high for 2 minutes. Okay, this is the way that I've learned that it works, and I have it on 9 out of 10 high. It's just gonna preheat while I talk about what we're gonna make. I found this Impossible sausage at grocery outlet, never had it before. I always kind of hate these like tube meats because I feel like I don't know how to do it without making a mess. But I literally just want to have breakfast sausage and sweet potato. That sounds so good to me. It's spicy. Let's see if it's actually spicy. I'm gonna keep it very, very simple. I'm just gonna put some like seasoning mix that I made myself on it. If you preheat the stainless steel pan properly, you can make it basically non-stick. I feel like all the videos on YouTube make it sound like it's so easy, like, oh, this is what you have to do. But I feel like it's way more complicated than that. But once you get the hang of it, it's easy. Okay, so I just put it on high for 2 minutes, and now I'm going to put it on medium, which is what I actually want to cook at, for 1 minute. You have to preheat the pan on high to make sure that the pan is completely heated, but then you don't actually want to cook on that high because you'll burn your food. And at first, I was cooking with olive oil, and yes, that's stupid, but I wasn't thinking. I burned the oil multiple times. I didn't realize how long it takes to really cool the pan down, especially with an electric burner, and that was something that no one was talking about. They're all using gas stoves. Okay, so now it's been a minute. Anyways, now I'm using avocado oil because it's easier to not burn. It has a higher smoke point. So now it's been a minute of cooling it down. Water. And the water test worked perfectly. Can you see that? The water is just like gliding around the pan. Little beads gliding. And then you pour it out. And then now you can get to cooking. Oh wait, but I'm not ready. Can you see how it's like shimmering? Can you see how it's like beautiful, lovely, coating the whole pan? I'm still scared though. I'm scared, you guys. I'm still not that great at it, so give me some grace during this time. God. I'm gonna let it sear, as they say. Oh, ouch, ouch. Lord. Okay, let's see how we did. Actually a lot of oil. Maybe I went a little crazy with that, because this is also letting off a lot of oil itself. Honestly, not bad though. There's a little bit stuck, but even the stuck parts are like rubbing off as I cook more. But hey, look at that! You guys, look at that, and I was so scared. And look how it's coming off. I'm gonna put some seasoning. I put it in my hand. Like a smart person. But it smells like it is pretty seasoned already. This is awesome. A pan that doesn't stick. I'm gonna put this in the microwave. Guys, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Grab some spinach. I want to just quickly like cook it in the center. Whoa, this is really oily. Yum. It's kind of like a chicken and waffle situation. Ouch! Sweet and savory. I'm gonna try some of the sausage to see if it's actually spicy. Whoa, that's good. That's very meaty, and with all my oil, it's very rich. It's not like super spicy, but it has like a good spice, like aftertaste. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of maple syrup on there. Let's try some with the sweet potato. That's really good. That tastes so decadent. It's crazy. I've never had this before or even seen it before, like a baked sweet potato with like breakfast sausage on top. But like, this is what happens when you just look at what's in your kitchen when you don't have a lot of stuff and then try to come up with a meal idea. And now it's time for the sponsor of today's video, which is Thrive Market. Today I got a pretty packed order. Is this a crazy angle? Whoa! If you've never heard of Thrive Market, they're an online membership-based grocery service that has everything your brick and mortar health food store, natural food store is gonna have, from pantry goods to beauty products, hygiene products, dog food, but delivered straight to your door. And with every membership purchased, they donate a membership to someone in need. They're actually the first online-only retailer to accept SNAP EBT. Also, I love that all their packaging is recycled and recyclable material, and you get free shipping if you spend over $49. First and most importantly, we have my favorite protein powder. I'll even add like peanut butter and just shake it up in a jar. I'll probably show that in this video. I got some delicious nut butters today. I have never tried before coconut butter, but every product that this company makes is delicious and delectable. I have been buying these artisanal because I'm keeping these lids. I love these lids for my mason jars. Sun butter. If you ever need a peanut butter replacement, whether you're can't eat peanuts or whether you know someone who can't eat peanuts or can't be around peanuts, it's not gonna taste the same, but it's comparable. Many of you know I love to have several nut butters on hand. All these nut butters were on sale. They were doing their New Year's sale, unfortunately, which is over now, but they do have a sales tab on the app that you can look out for deals and stuff. Peach fruit spread. You know I'm going to be using this for beverages, but also for eating it. It's very simple ingredients and it has 33% less sugar than a preserve. Very exciting. Got some shampoo and conditioner. Like whenever a grocery store has their own like shampoo and conditioner, it's always like super hit and miss, but I feel like this one is the best one that I've personally tried. Protein pasta. These were also on sale. I love that they are partially beans, partially wheat. Ooh, I have not bought hemp hearts in so long. They're expensive and I have not seen them on sale in so long, but they were on sale. They were like $8 for the bag. I feel like usually when I see this bag, it's $10, $11, $12. I prefer them over chia seeds for smoothies because they blend in better. Oh, this was on sale. Another thing that I've wanted to buy for a while, but it's always so expensive. Everyone's always like, don't buy vanilla extract, buy vanilla bean paste. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh. So I'm very excited to try it. I think this is my free gift. A root beer puppy. Love these lower sugar sodas. I find the seltzers to be a little too bland, regular soda to be a little much, okay? At least for like a daily beverage. But these are like the perfect balance for me. Another jar, another lid. We love to see it. I love tahini. Mix it with just lemon juice and salt and a little water and you have a sauce and it's delicious. So if you want to become a member, click the link below or go to thrivemarket.com/EmilyEwing and you can get 30% off your first order as well as a free gift. Thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video, and now let's move on. I actually really want to make a little protein shake right now because that sounds delicious. So I have found that this is also satisfying when you really want to have another drinkity, such as a latte type drinkity, a tea, whatever, but you've had enough caffeine for the day, but you just, who doesn't love having a fun little iced beverage? Also, it helps to not have such ravenous cravings when you're not hungry. Having a protein shake will help you with that. This is actually going to be a task because this is a large jar of peanut butter. First we need... Who is watching? Some of you have to be watching. Please tell me you're watching it. I know like a couple people were watching Smiling Friends and I understand that. Honestly, I'm like... I watch Smiling Friends and I'm like, Smiling Friends is so funny, but at the same time, like, I understand if you don't want to know. Anyways, who's watching Haha You Clowns? Who's watching that show? Just watch the first episode and then comment and tell me what you thought of it. I have like fear when it comes to like Adult Swim shows. Adult Swim is not what it used to be, and it's always been iconic in ways, but like it has such a history of misogyny and just generally like being by men for men kind of content. But that's not to say like I haven't always had a love for Adult Swim, but it's just there's been a lot of annoying things that have come out of Adult Swim. So with Haha You Clowns, like the way it looks, the animation, and like that it's just a bunch of like male characters, like I just assumed it would be annoying. No offense, sorry to the creators of it that I did not give you the benefit of the doubt, but you know, it kept just being shown to me because I've watched Smiling Friends. Like we have to just see what it's like. It's so ugly. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Anyways, it's surprisingly wholesome. I would say it's a show about positive masculinity. You wouldn't expect it, but it's, yeah. Anyways, we got some protein powder, we got some water. That's it for now. Water. Just a little bit of water, okay? Talking like I'm making something so complicated. And then you shake it up. How's it go? Turn the lights off, bust the door down. I never watched that show, I don't know the words. Now we have our very thick protein sauce, and then we're gonna add some peanut butter. That's a lot. Can I say I love peanut butter? And now I'm gonna add more water. Water. So it mixes better. Because it mixes so much better into water than milk. Okay, I think it's mixed very well, but it's very thick. Ice is an underrated ingredient. Just like in smoothies, it helps with the texture. It like incorporates air, I believe. Just put a bunch of ice. Then we shake again. And now I add some milk. Stir. It feels like you're having a drink, because you are, but it's so filling. It's so good. Why is it so good? I don't know. I'm also a freak for peanut butter, so it's not so much that it's so delicious, but it's so delicious for what it is, okay? Like for a protein shake. I love it. It's a little bit too thick, so I'm adding some water. I'm only adding 1 scoop of protein powder, which is technically half the serving. It's like 10 grams of protein. And then adding peanut butter and soy milk, so it's pretty filling. It's not just protein powder, which can be kind of nasty. I don't want to be like pushing protein, because in the past I got some comments about it, like I was being problematic for like pushing protein so much. Like it was giving disordered eating or diet culture or whatever. I understand if someone doesn't want to watch my content because I mention things like that. Like if you don't want to be around that kind of content, I understand. But for me, especially with like a vegan channel, and I know not everyone that watches my videos is vegan, but like you're obviously somewhat interested in like plant-based foods if you're watching me, most likely. I think for the average person, yeah, you shouldn't be worried about protein. Like if you eat meat on a regular basis, you're probably good. Like most Americans are fine and don't need to be so worried about protein all the time. It's ridiculous. But if you're vegan or any amount of like veganish, you know, not that you need to be worried about protein, but like you should, you know, make sure that you have protein sources available to you and balance out your meals. Just making sure you get like generally a good amount of protein in each meal, because otherwise you're not gonna be doing well. You won't be full, you will be hungry all the time, you'll be unsatisfied. You can see her. You can see her. With the maple. Anyways, what was I saying? And if you're like me, you love carbs. You love eating carbs. And while there's nothing wrong with that, in fact, I think that's how life should be. Our brain runs on carbs. But they're not gonna fill you up alone. Maybe I had some toast for breakfast with just some butter and jam or whatever. You're probably not gonna be satiated by that. Like you're probably gonna get hungry again soon after. That's why so many people say like they can't just have a smoothie for breakfast because they will get hungry soon after. It's like, well, that's probably because you just ate a bunch of fruit and maybe a little yogurt or something. Like, it's like just mostly carbs. If that's all you're eating, you're gonna be hungry. I love having protein powder at the ready for smoothies, but then also for like a day like today where I was just like filming random stuff. I was kind of snackety and I'm not really eating like balanced meals. I'll feel like I've been eating, but then I'm still not like satiated. So sometimes I like making a little protein shake. That balances me out. So I don't want to make it seem like you need this in your diet, because I'm not someone who thinks like you need to buy protein powder. You can get your protein from cheaper sources, like legumes, for example, soy, okay? But I personally like buying protein powder because it's a convenient source of protein, you know? I don't know, but hopefully you guys get it. Okay, so as many of you guys know, I have been sort of off of social media, obviously except for YouTube, but even then, I have limited its use. I'll probably talk about that in a future video. I don't know. I think the internet is kind of like ruined by AI. I think like everything sucks now, and I hate everything, and it just makes me mad. But anyways, I've been on Pinterest more lately. They might get bought by OpenAI, which would ruin that even more than it's already ruined by ads and the occasional AI post already. Anyways, in the meantime, I saw this post and I was like, I want to try actually following this. It's a matcha recipe. There's a reason why 2 teaspoons matcha powder and 1/4 cup water and ½ cup milk and 1 teaspoon sweetener is the golden matcha latte ratio for so many matcha lovers. And there's no, like, it's just a screenshot of someone's like TikTok or reel or whatever, which I find annoying. So shout out to them. I'm sorry. If I had your name, I would say it. I'd probably do something similar to this anyways, because I do use 2 teaspoons of matcha, but I always just go by like the look. So I'm like, I kind of want to actually measure my water and milk and sweetener and see. Well, I'll start with the measurement for the sweetener, but like not all sweeteners are equal, so I'm just gonna go by taste. This company sent me their matcha, and you might have seen it in videos because I have used it, but it's very green, organic ceremonial matcha. Seems pretty standard priced to me. I've only tried a few ceremonial matchas. It's kind of in the middle for me. Like, I've had ceremonial matcha that I felt was blander than this, but I've also had ceremonial matcha that I felt like was better, but also I didn't get to try them side by side, so it's hard to say. Google, what's the temperature for brewing matcha?
Matcha is usually prepared at 80 C temperature water.
What's 80 Celsius to Fahrenheit?
176 degrees Fahrenheit.
176 Fahrenheit. I almost said Celsius to Celsius. 176. Okay, I have a 175 setting. Let's go. One year I asked for an electric kettle for Christmas. I really wanted one, and I've used it so much since. But now I'm like, I regret getting one that was so big, because I pretty much only use it for drinks, and the most I ever put in it is 3 cups, which is right here. Right here. And it also says 2 cups minimum. 2 cups minimum. That makes me think that, like, why else would they tell you minimum, you know? Why would they care how much water you put? I'm thinking that it's because it needs 2 cups of water in there to accurately, like, detect the temperature. So then I'm like, when I just want a little bit of water for like a cup of tea or something, I still have to put 2 cups of water in here in order to get the right temperature. But I'm not sure if that's true, but I do it anyways because I'm scared. Obviously I use the water, but it's just annoying because then I'm using more energy to heat up more water than what I need. So anyways, we're gonna get 2 teaspoons of powder. 2 teaspoons. Not for the broke of heart. I don't know if that makes sense. There's sometimes you gotta like refer back to the instructions and like do things like properly for once and see if it feels any better than what you usually do. So that seems really hot because it's literally like bubbling. It beeped, so I'm gonna do it. Okay. 1/4 cup. Okay, I might be going a little under, but that's on purpose because I might want more water to get the rest of the matcha out of the thing, if that makes sense. Okay, now I'm gonna whisk it. Smells like the earth. That's a, well, you know, because I should work on my vocabulary when I'm like reviewing something taste-wise instead of just saying like, that's pretty good. Someone commented on one of my videos. I don't know what they said, but they were basically like, do do you even like vegan food? Or do you even like being vegan? Like everything is just okay. And I was like, maybe that's a limited vocabulary and not. But also, honestly, a lot of things are just okay. I'm sorry. Some of that comes from me shopping almost exclusively at grocery outlet. You're gonna find a lot of products that are just okay. And that's why they ended up there. Oh yeah, but anyways, I want to say that I would say this matcha is quite vegetal more than other matcha that I've had. It's even more earthy, which wouldn't be preferred for some people, but then for other people they would really like that. So I don't know, it just depends on the person, I guess. Okay, there's a half cup of milk, some brown sugar simple syrup. We're gonna get a teaspoon of that and add it. Probably will need more. Sorry, I get scared. I gotta put my hand there. I'm gonna put a teeny bit of water and try to get the rest of it. Water. It looks good. It looks like a matcha latte to me. Let's mix it up. Whoa, that's really green. Yeah. It's good though. It's very matcha-y. That is perfect. Maybe I was putting too much milk, honestly. Because I was going by looks, but like, that's good. It's very mature. And remember to put your matcha in the fridge. So, every few months I gotta whip it out. The chia seeds, I mean. April 30th, 2027. November 2026. Okay, so let's use this one, November. Product of Paraguay. I kind of have this desire to just like pour the milk and everything straight in here and just make the chia pudding like in here. That sounds so fun to me. But I won't. Chia seeds are crazy. They're like little tiny rocks. I hate the way that they like move on their own. Like they kind of jump. They kind of do that jumping bean thing. Scares me. Here's one big jar.
3-ingredient chia pudding. 4 tablespoons of chia seeds mixed with 1 cup of oat milk and 1 teaspoon of maple syrup.
Okay, half cup. That was a little extra. I'm gonna just do more. I'm just gonna do like a cup. I need to use up this soy milk. I'm gonna do some milk and then I'm gonna stir it. I was gonna do like different flavored chia puddings, but now I realize like I should just do a big batch of plain chia pudding. This is a good, yeah, that's a good method, okay. Because I think I put it on myself to be like, I have to make like different flavors. I think it makes me put it off more because I'm like, I need to like make a really good chia pudding, but it's like, no, just make the plain chia pudding. And then if it's in there, you'll eat it. And when you eat it, you can add your flavor, your fruit, your sweetener, whatever, your nut butter. It doesn't really make a difference if you add it before. You know, like it probably like infuses it a little more, I guess, but I don't know that that's important. You know, like plus I kind of like to like dress things up as I'm eating them. Like I kind of like to layer things or whatever, and then you can decide like what you want for that day. I'm just gonna fill it up. This is gorgeous. But I'm gonna add, oh, I love soy milk. I was gonna grab a gold lid, but I think we're going with blue today. I think that feels right. The milk with the blue. Yes, yes. And then I'm also, the best way to do it is to stir it and shake it. And you gotta like stir it / shake it and then wait a bit and then do it again. Because it'll like clump up on its own. I think it'd be fun to like add it to a smoothie, like layer it in a smoothie. So I'm excited to have some chia pudding. So perfect. It's quite thick. Oh yeah, it's pretty thick. It's a little too thick. Add a little sweetener. Just mix that in. I wish you add a banana. Don't you hate when? Don't you hate when? Okay. Sun butter. Sun butter in the Sun butter. Sun butter, sun butter, sun butter. This is hard. I thought I could do it. It's too thick. Honestly, looks pretty fun, if you ask me. Oh, I didn't add any salt. But there should be some salt in it. Yum. That's good. That's the perfect amount of sweetness for me. So I did like very concentrated tea first because I want my iced beverage like now. And I want it to be very concentrated so that when I add the ice and stuff, it's not gonna water it down too much. But because that's kind of like wasting the tea leaves to use so much tea leaves for just like 2 servings. So then I'm doing a second brew as like a cold brew with a lot more water, and I'm gonna keep like stirring it every once in a while to really like get a lot out of it. And I'm just gonna leave that out for like, I don't know, like 4 hours or something. I do that a lot because I always want like a really strong tea, but then it's like you use so much tea leaves to do that. And then the cold brew is not going to be as strong. It's still like refreshing. It's still nice. Anyway, so I'm going to get a lot of fruit spread and put it in there. I don't know, this is probably like 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon and a half. I'm going to get a little more. Maybe that's 2 tablespoons. And then stir that. And this is from the fridge, so that'll cool it down a bit. It's still definitely warm, but like it'll, but it's so strong. I would like a little more. Yummer. Yummer. It does work best with hot tea because it'll like melt the preserves into it, or the spread. But unless you use like a jelly where there's no like actual fruit like pulp in there, you will get some that doesn't mix in, but I don't really mind it. Maybe it's actually better to put like a few in first and let those melt and cool the drink down and then put the rest. Let's try that. Let those melt. Actually makes sense. Rather than all the ice cubes melting at the same time. Like that did cool it down significantly. Yep, that's good. Oh, that's delicious. I actually kind of want the pulp. It's like a fruit jelly. I had the air fryers on, but okay, so I bought all these to make pickled jalapenos around Christmas time and never did, and then forgot about them, and now they're wrinkly. No mold or anything like that, but they're all a little wrinkly and softish. I still want to make pickled jalapenos. They might be spicier now though, because from what I've read online, this makes letting them ripen and wrinkle, it concentrates the capsicum. Or whatever it's called. Capsaicin? Whatever. So they might be extra spicy, but I don't know what else to use them for. Because if they're like wrinkly, I feel like I guess you could cook with them. I just still want pickled jalapenos, so I guess I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna eat a slice. Pretty spicy. So, okay, so I'll probably just remove all the seeds, honestly, but I won't really be removing the seeds. Does that make sense? Because I'm gonna remove some of them. There's still gonna be some left over. Don't touch your eyes. No, no, don't do it. No. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest off camera. Farmer's market. Let's see what we got. I only spent $15. They were kind of like packing up. We got there a little bit late. But I was really happy that I didn't have to choose between broccoli, cauliflower, and purple cauliflower. This makes me really happy. I don't know how much this was, but this plus 4 sweet potatoes was $12. 4 sweet potatoes. Very excited about that. Going to bake them. This is quite a bit, so I feel like those little bags of pre-cut broccoli from the store are probably like less than half of this much, and that would have to be like $3 at least. And then I got 2 garlics for $1 each and 3 lemons for $1. So I spent $15 and I got all that. Many hours later. Woo! Cold brew. Cold brew. So here's me finally making the pickled jalapenos, and I tried to do it straight in the jar this time because I thought about it and I was like, I've never seen anyone do it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work, and that would make it so much easier. Well, not that much easier, but I don't know, it just seems easier in my head. I did add 2 garlic cloves from the farmer's market, and I did crush them on a cutting board off camera before I put them in to make them release more flavors and whatnot, and they turned out really good. I wouldn't tell the difference between these or ones that you know, cook the mixture on the stove first or whatever. So that's cool. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. You're really awesome for that. And also thank you to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. If you want to become a member, you can click the link below or go to thrivemarket.com/Emily Ewing and get 30% off your first order as well as a free gift. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, leave a comment if you have something to say, and subscribe if you want more. I will have a video coming soon. It's already filmed and halfway edited, so I promise. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye bye.